The available results do not support a complete, all-agency, in-depth report of every Ohio government action on 5-31-2026. The strongest documented state actions in the provided material are the Ohio Supreme Court's proposed bar rule amendments announced that week, the statewide Ohio laws that took effect on June 1, 2026, and a legislative move later tied to overriding Gov. DeWine's budget vetoes. However, the latter appears to have occurred on June 1 rather than May 31, so it is not a May 31 action based on the supplied results. 643 What can be stated with confidence from the provided sources is below legislative and statewide policy activity. Ohio's 2026 law changes took effect on June 1 and were being discussed publicly on May 31, including a statewide school cell-phone restriction, new Narcan handling protocols for schools that choose to stock the overdose reversal drug, and a minimum wage increase to $11 per hour for most workers and $5.50 for tipped workers. 3. The ABC report says the cell phone rule makes restrictions mandatory statewide. The Narcan law sets storage, training, reporting, and family notification requirements, and the wage change is tied to inflation under the 2006 constitutional amendment. 3. The 2026 legislative calendar reflected that the state operating appropriations were already effective March 31, 2026, and capital appropriations would become effective June 30, 2026, indicating the budget framework was enforced during this period. 7. But the supplied materials do not show a specific Ohio General Assembly floor vote, committee hearing, or enacted bill on May 31 itself. 7. Judicial and administrative actions. The Ohio Supreme Court announced proposed amendments on Thursday to the rules for the government of the Bar of Ohio. According to the Ohio Society of CPAs May 31, 2026 Roundup. 6. The result does not provide the full text of the amendments, but it does establish that the court had proposed rule changes in the state bar governance framework around that date. 6. Ballot and Attorney General activity. The Ohio Attorney General's petitions list shows a constitutional amendment petition titled Prohibition of Construction of a Data Center that was submitted March 16, 2026, and certified the same day by the AG. 1. That is a relevant state action in 2026, but it is not a May 31 action, and the provided source does not indicate any new AG ballot action on May 31 itself. 1. Enforcement actions. The search results do not provide a reliable, dated Ohio state enforcement action for May 31, 2026, such as a state police, AG consumer protection, environmental, or labor enforcement announcement. 2.5. The immigration enforcement material in the results describes general ICE activity in Ohio, but it is a private law firm explainer and an advocacy report, not a dated Ohio government enforcement announcement for May 31. 5.9. Public events and announcements. The clearest public-facing announcement in the material is the May 31 news coverage explaining the laws taking effect the next day, which functioned as a public information event about statewide policy changes. 3. Separately, the Ohio Society of CPAs May 31 Roundup points to the Ohio Supreme Court's Thursday announcement on bar rule amendments as another state-facing public notice. 6. Important limitations. The provided results are too sparse to support a true, all-Ohio government actions chronology for May 31, 2026. They do not include comprehensive records from the Governor's Office, the General Assembly, the Attorney General, the courts, the state police, or major agencies for that exact date, so any fuller list would require additional source coverage beyond what is available here. 12467. If you want, I can turn this into a stricter date-by-date briefing limited only to actions I can verify from the supplied results. Or I can build a broader Ohio government activity report for the last week of May 2026.